It's about the learning process. Deliberately for me. Okay, so now you do a playthrough Amtraps. Noted? No, what? So anyway, we go standard line here more or less. We go Twin Dragon, bada bing, bada boom, blah blah blah. You know. Angelic voice. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, pop that. Again, the second Memento Fusion. Go bolt party, pop that. Trigger, summon. Can you go over this game like Decade? Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. And then we'll commentate like Decade. So we summon the cross ship, activate Memento Fusion. Memento Fusion go into the Creation King. Creation King under the cross ship line here. Creation King send 3 cards, chain cross ship to protect, which chain blocks the Memento Creation King. Why the Vert into the Omni? Yeah. Hajime negate fingered, yeah. So cross ship chainlink tune protects the chain blocks the Creation King from getting ashed, right? So cross ship reborn the anguish. Really important to have the anguish here, right? And I'll explain why in a second. So Creation King like banish itself from the graveyard, add the field spell place, you know, like bada bing, bada boom, whatever. Now the reason why we have to summon the anguish specifically is it's because it's a spellcaster. So Beast plus a spellcaster, it's a link 3 Selene. Selene, like standard combo, will end on three spells in the grave, right? We reborn this, we pop the mace. I mean, like pop itself, summon the mace. This triggers the field spell, and it would also trigger this, but I forgot, and I don't have enough zone, so I don't trigger it. Whatever, it's not too relevant, right? So anyway, we grab the Memento Fusion because why the fuck not? One of the best cards in the deck, probably the best card in the deck. We go into the Verte Anaconda, right? Now, Verte Anaconda, I'll explain why in a second here. We shuffle 5 to summon the combined creation, activate Verte, send the Memento Fusion, which can shuffle any memento from the graveyard. And the reason why Verte is like is pretty much a must in this deck is because you can just send Memento Fusion, and if a card was popped, you can just turn any 2 monsters into fuse with your whole graveyard, right? Which is speed. So anyway, but however, we can only shuffle Memento monsters, right? Only Memento monsters, which means the spellcaster, the Selene here, has to stay on the field, right? So anyway, we fuse the Selene plus the spellcaster into the Azamina Ilia Sylvia, which is the only negate that this deck kind of needs, you know, because like the board will lose hard to certain like board breakers, like Evenly, for example. It will like properly lose, but you will go like so neg to like a single Evenly, right? So it's really just a case of how do I put this? This gives you that extra protection. Who plays evilly? I mean, it's just a case. It's just an example, right? Like, how do I put this? Like talents, you know, doesn't necessarily do too much, but just in general, having the protection against certain cards, certain like blowouts per se, you know, could actually come in clutch. You know, and this is the reason why I play this. You know, and now we end the turn here. This places the bomb party, and now we have bomb party, search or summon anything we want. Usually, what I like to do is I like to summon. Wait a second. Do I have him in the grave? I do not. I like to summon. Where's the guy? Where's the bloke? Where's the fella? So I like to summon the Hornet Dragon because the Hornet Dragon we can pop the Hornet Dragon. He's our second condom. What? Huh? Just go into the link to Herald. Okay, but why do that when I can just do this? And the thing about the link to Herald is it needs to discard a fiend, right? And discarding the fiend means you're discarding the mace, and discarding the mace means you're losing out on the steal. This is literally the same thing because it doesn't play in like main deck decks or something, right? So it's the same thing effectively, but without that disadvantage. Right? The only thing that this kind of gives up is the fact that you can go that you have to like use the Creation King. Like, you cannot end on the Creation King, but it doesn't really matter because you end on the Memento Fusion, and Memento Fusion can just summon him again. Right? It's literally not a big deal. Did you try one engraver? I do not like it, honestly, because if you play one engraver, you do not have the space for super poly in the extra deck, because you either lose access to either Creation or the Guardian Chimera in your opponent's turn. Thing is, the Guardian Chimera is like kind of mid. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, every time I've had that line, it's never come up for me. Like, no joke. Never has that line come up. And even if you actually still do not really lose access to Chimera, because what you can do is, if you really care, right? But yeah, I prefer the Super Poly, like, by a long shot. So I did try. They King, Guardian Chimera, they do the same thing. King is infinitely better, like infinitely better. So the thing about the King, though, is that the way you can play this is, if you really want to, you can go Bomb Party, right? Bomb Party, pop the Memento Goblin, summon the thing, the whatever, the Hornet Dragon, right? Uh, I use Memento Fusion. Memento Fusion go into, actually no, you said about Guardian Chimera, my bad. So this Bomb Party summons the Anguish, right? Anguish search the Sleepy. Sleepy summon. Sleepy fuse, right? Because, we're gonna assume that we have the Tentacular or whatever, right? So anyway, Sleepy fuse with whatever here, go into Creation King, and then you still have not used your fusion summon. Does your plushie was good, right? So you do still, like, if you really want to, you can still keep both. It's not a problem. Let me put song request. Wait a second. Give me a second, boys. Right. So you actually do not really give anything up, and this is an Omni. Like the what is it? The fucking the the Herald is just a spell and trap negate. This is just a straight up Omni, right? So even if he were to start the thing, I don't know, with whatever nasty monster effect that I don't really want him to resolve, I can still just keep the Azamina Ilia. You know? And sure, I don't really care, right? I can just negate him with the Ilia Sivia. I do think that this is just like infinitely better. But anyway, something else that, as I said, I wanted to do is, we want to watch the new Decade Memento video. I have not watched this. We're gonna like skim through this like really quick, and we're gonna like rate the video, right? Okay, so he is on Double Goblin, Triple Horse, Triple that, one Sleepy, one that, one, triple Super Poly. Okay, the list is fine, right? The list is fine. The only difference between this list and my list is that it's playing Imperm. I play Droll because of Maxi, right? Yeah, I'll turn them in a second. Just let me finish with the video here. So, and the other thing here is that he's playing triple of the spell here, whereas I'm playing triple Goblin 2 spell, and the reason for that is because the spell is UR. I do think triple spell and 2 Goblin is more correct, right? But like, I'm just playing that like 3 Goblin 2 spell simply because the spell is UR. Now, you might be like, oh well, but that's like infinitely worse because spell does this and that. Not necessarily, because like the spell does, like the Goblin does some things that the spell doesn't necessarily do in some situations, and that's like, if you have, for example, like a play, right, like Anguish or Blade, whatever, and you have a fusion, right, then the Goblin in hand is infinitely more value than the spell, right? Because if you get disrupted, you can fusion with the hand to like to dodge, right? Which is really really nice. Is he playing any Ilya Silvia, anything like that? Okay, so he is at least playing the Verte Anaconda, which, as I said, like if you're not playing Verte Anaconda, the deck is not real. Access code, I do think access code is kind of troll. The reason for that is because the reason why access code is troll is because let me show you. So this guy right here says that if this card is normal special summoned, you can activate this effect. This turn, level 9 or higher Memento monsters can attack directly. Do you know what is level 9 or higher? A 5000 attack monster and a 3000 attack monster. Which means you don't need to clear the board. You literally just summon this guy and then you get your usual play of the Creation King and Ultimate Creation, right? And that's 8000 damage attacking directly. You don't need to care about like wiping the monsters, pop this, pop that. Zero fucks given. Right? That's why I think that like access code is kind of meh, whatever, right? Book of Eclipse for this reason? Why? What does Book of Eclipse do? Oh, you mean like Book of Eclipse the opponent's board and then like using Book of Eclipse as a board breaker? But like Book of Eclipse as a board breaker is like ass right now. Because like what are the best decks, you know? What is it? Fucking Blue Eyes has Drill Beam, but even if they don't have Drill Beam, you can see you still Book of Eclipse like one of two other monsters, assuming they haven't already gone into the negate, right? But like you Book of Eclipse one or two of the negates, right? They still have like a Veiler, they still have the pop, they still have the what is it? Fucking Drill Beam if they have it, you know what I'm saying? Like they will still have a lot, which is not necessarily clearing much. And like what? Like Snake Eyes will have the negate. Pretty much any like Fiendsmith deck will have the negate. I don't think Book of Eclipse is good for as board breaker. And the other reason why I don't think Book of Eclipse is good is it's not even good to like dodge. Book of Eclipse was good in like Ritual Beast because, or they Ash it that too. Book of Eclipse was good in. Actually, I think they can impulse it too, no? Because like it draws. They can impulse it too. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so that's nice. The other reason why Book of Eclipse is not good is because you cannot use it to like dodge disruption. So let's say you summon Darkblade, right? You activate Darkblade, they impermit, you can't Book of Eclipse the Darkblade because Darkblade has to pop face up monsters, right? It has to pop. What the fuck are you looking at? You're looking at like the best deck. So Darkblade cannot pop face down monsters. It has to pop face up like Mementos, right? Which means that you Book of Eclipse, it's still negated, right? Like you achieve nothing. Like it's the same thing as if that Imper went through, right? You actually just achieved nothing by doing that. That is the problem with Book of Eclipse in this deck. And you're like, okay, but like, well, if you summon Anguish and like the Impermit, you can chain Book of Eclipse. Again, no. Does this play Goddess as IP target? I mean, you could. I'm not playing it right now, but you could. You know? Right now, I am not playing it. Also, I will say you, Chaos Angel has not come up a single fucking time. I might keep it real. It has not come up at all. But I mean, you know, I do want to keep it just in case. How are you constantly accessing Azamina? Okay, so as I said, is Verte. Verte fusions with Selene on the field and Creation King in the graveyard, right? Because what does this require? A light spellcaster, which is Selene, and an illusion monster. And guess what's an illusion monster? Right? So you do your whole play, and then you Verte for an Omni. Right? That is the GUU in the deck. So yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, you might be like, oh wait, but like if I summon Anguish, right, and they imperm, I can chain Eclipse because like Anguish just adds, it doesn't need to pop, right? Wrong. Yes, it doesn't need to pop, but the one card combo with Anguish revolves around having Anguish, normal summoning it, and then searching Tatsu. Now, what does Tatsu do? Right? Related cards. What does Tatsu do? Tatsu, if you do not control any face-up monsters other than Memento monsters, right? If the card is face down, it does not count as a Memento monster. It counts as a regular monster, which means you cannot summon the Tatsu. Right? So no matter how you spin it, Book of Eclipse seems strong. Oh wait, it's not any face up monster. My bad. It's not face up. It's yeah, my bad. It says only face up. Yeah, like it doesn't count face down. But I mean, still. So even if you count the Anguish, right? What about 1-for-1? Even if you count the Anguish, it's like this, which would have been a one card combo. It's not if you Book of Eclipse, right? This the same thing. Blade the same thing. Tatsu the same thing, right? What was bro yapping about? Bro is not. Yeah, my bad about that. What about 1-for-1? The thing about 1-for-1 is, honestly, it's like kind of a bad like goblin spell. Like, why play 1-for-1, which like requires you to like discard instead of removing from the field? Because the removing from the field you can use to like dodge disruptions, right? Yes. Verte also shuffles from the grave, right? Because you can use this many times as you want, basically. Like the shuffle effect. So you can use it. You can use shuffle when you activate the spell itself, and then when you Verte send the spell, you can shuffle again, right? That's why Verte is mandatory for this deck. It's super good.